going on, people? It's your boy WIrez, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. So, what's poppin'? Let me turn. Well, hold on. Just my headset real quick. I'm not gonna keep on too long. But yeah, man. It's a good week. Xbox is doing some shit, and people are mad, man. Let me turn off my ugly mug. I know y'all don't want to see my face. I ain't trying to scare motherfuckers. But anyway, man, what's going on? What is going on, people? I know it's been a couple of days, man. I just it's my break. It's my break from work, man. It's good to be free. Don't understand. I mean, granted, I had to go out and do some little bullshit here and there, fucking get food for Princess and feed her little scroungy ass. Princess is a fucking tarantula. Oh fuck, I'm gonna go to the bank. Shit, I left the check right on the fucking. All right, well, I'll do it later. Tomorrow. It's another day. Go pay it tomorrow. But yeah, man, it's So Xbox can't seem to get a win out here when it comes to these I don't even know, just whiny ass Xbox hate. There's so many, they come in so many different shapes and forms. It's just I just don't know. Man, I don't know where to begin. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I just couldn't work at Xbox. I can tell you that much. I mean, at least like not the social media department. That shit must be a sucky ass job. I mean, because all you hear is bitching and moaning and complaining a lot of times, and it's not even from your core consumers. It's from motherfuckers that have no plan of buying your shit anyway, but they complain. I mean, imagine that'd be like me. I hate Oreos. I'm not me personally, but I'm just saying, what if I did? I hated Oreos, but yet I complained every day to Oreo and said, Oreo, I know you like the chocolate and the cream in the middle, and I just can't stand that shit. I need something different. Now, mind you, Oreo has all kinds of flavors at this point, but maybe before they did all this shit, right? I was somebody who complained. I complained. You know what? Fuck that, Oreo. Why don't you have vanilla and freaking cream instead of chocolate and cream? So Oreo goes out. You're like, you know what? They're right. Let's make vanilla and cream. We'll call it golden, whatever the hell they call it, right? And Oreo goes out and makes this cookie, and I come back and I complain about that shit too. You know, and then Oreo makes all these other flavors, and I complain about those shits too. Other people are saying, oh man, Oreo, this is great. You're making all these flavors. Oh, you got the specialties for different times of the year. Oh, you guys are great, right? But say that I was me and my contingency of Oreo haters were just out here complaining every day about Oreo cookies. And one day they just were like, you know what, sir? You complain all the times on these forums. We ask you all the time, what else can we do to fucking get you to stop complaining? How can we please you about our product? And this guy would say, how about you motherfuckers just disappear and stop making cookies altogether? Fuck Oreo. You know, that's basically what these PC and PlayStation haters are. They don't want Xbox to be here, period. They don't give a fuck if they don't want Xbox to make games. They don't want to make consoles. They don't want Microsoft in the gaming space at all. They just want them gone. You know, they don't care about people that actually like Xbox games. They don't care about Forza. You know, they'd be like, oh well, what? Think about it. If Microsoft's gone, the Xbox is gone from gaming, who's gonna make Forza for all the people that want to? Well, no, who cares about Forza? We'll just all jump back on the Gran Turismo. Really? Have you seen Gran Turismo lately? We're gonna just get rid of Forza and fucking jump on the Gran Turismo train? Fuck that. Hell no. I mean, as much as Cass would be like, oh, the Super Lucky Tales look like a kid game. Have you seen Neck? The first one, shit. Have you seen the first one? Let alone the part two. It's just more of the same. It's just the same thing, man. Just you can play with two people. It was the same thing in the first one. Play with two people. It's like this is nothing new. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but hey, nonetheless, Microsoft has been listening, even to the complainers and the haters and the bitchers. Right? They've been listening. So Microsoft goes out and gets this Taco Bell thing, and people that said Microsoft does should advertise. They don't advertise enough. What is Microsoft doing? Once they go out and get the advertisement, they say, "Isn't this funny that Microsoft is now advertising?" I'm sitting here like, huh? I thought you said you wanted them to advertise. I mean, you complained about them not advertising. You said they never do it. They don't do it enough. Now that they do it, you have an issue with them doing it. I don't know with these people. I don't know. Where does it end? The madness. I swear. It is madness, man. But nonetheless, they do have the advertisement. Obviously, it did well for PlayStation when it launched. And you know what? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they did it for an original launch of the PlayStation 4, and they did it for its Destiny thing. And what else did they do it for? And I don't know. I don't think they did it. I don't think they did it for the PlayStation, the PSVR, but I don't know. I might be mistaken. I can't remember. But man. I wonder how many of those damn, I don't remember what these shits are called, cortitas or chalupas or whatever the fuck you gotta eat. I wonder how many of those shits you gotta order in order to even get a legitimate shot at winning an Xbox One X. Because I must admit, I haven't gone to Taco Bell in a minute, but I am compelled to at least go once or twice in order to try to win this thing. I'm just saying. You get to get the Xbox One X early. I mean, granted, I'll you know, but when they release, I already put my money down for the X anyway. But I'm just saying, what's wrong with having two? I could put another one in the bedroom. I could give my old Xbox to the in-laws. It's all good, man. It's good. I mean, I'm not gonna give my in-laws an X. I'm just not gonna do it. That's just a waste of an X. They don't play games. You know, it's no, I'm not doing it. But I will have a legitimate reason of because my big screen 1080p TV will go on my bedroom, and the living room is going to get a 4K. So I'll get a little bit of both worlds, man. Think. I'll get my super sampling in my bedroom, and I'll get my true 4K in my living room. It'll be amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. But in other news, man, how many people have seen that article about the Assassin's Creed? Now, I was already saying I was going to go get Assassin's Creed. I knew it looked like a game that I wanted to play. I mean, I've watched. I don't know how many hours of gameplay I've watched, but I watched a few, and I was impressed by what I saw. So I knew I was going to go and get this Assassin's Creed. But now they're talking about, well, after all the reports from, oh, it's checkerboarding and it might not be 4K the whole time. Now, you know, the developers have come out and said that the X is such a beast that it's always 4K, even on the dynamic resolution. And for those, I mean, most of y'all know, but you know, some people don't know that dynamic resolution just means that if there is a dip, or where the frame rate might be compromised, instead of adjusting the frame rate, you would adjust the resolution in order to keep the frame rate steady. Okay, cool. That's what's up. But it appears that the X doesn't have that issue. So it's not a surprise to me or most people that have been following what the X is. It's really not none of that stuff is a surprise, you know. It really isn't. But I just what I smile at is the fact that the people that were saying that it couldn't do 4K at all are now crying and very upset now. But they're running around and saying, well, it's still checkerboarded. Well, bitch, understand this: fucking every game that Ubisoft does is checkerboarding. Now on PC, you have the option to take it off, but again, that's a fucking PC. We're talking about consoles, you know. So anybody who's living on in the PC and with the PC world, that's all well and good, and that's great for y'all. But we're talking console. Actually, you know what? Let's get. I want to dive into this conversation I had for the last couple of days about frame rate and people trying to have these arguments with me about this. Listen, if I have an option between 30 frames per second and 60, I'm gonna always go for the 60, except if you're talking about, for an example, if you give me the option that I could play Uncharted, a game like Uncharted or a game like Gears of War as is at 30 versus playing them at 60 but with graphical abilities of something on the PS2, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to have my graphics downgraded to something that looks like it belongs in 2 generations ago just to play at 60. I refuse. I fucking refuse. I will play at 30 all day if it means that graphically my game will look better. I am not going to. I'm not playing. If you tell me that I'm going to play a game like it's going to be like say Halo 5, I get to play that at 60 frames per second, but it's going to look like Halo 1, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't want that shit. I mean, good thing we don't have to choose because the Halo games are already at 60, but I'm just saying, if you're telling me I have to play the shit where it looks like it's from the fucking 2 generations ago, no. Now, these PC guys are out here arguing to me about saying like, well, doesn't performance mean more? Depends. It depends. Because listen, I always put it, man, listen, I'm a dude. I always put it in relation to women, man. If you give me an option between a bad chick that does a little bit of shit, like, all right, she's bad as hell, right? She got a good job, you know, but she can't cook good. She can't cook good. She got a good job, but she can't cook. She clean a little bit, you know. She's not the most ideal housewife, right? But she bad as hell. Versus a ugly bitch that cleans up everything, can cook good, does all that shit, right? I'm taking the bad chick every day because guess what? At the end of the day, even though this bad chick doesn't necessarily cook and clean, she's fucking dope to look at. And you know what? I will look at her ass while I wash some dishes, and I will look at her ass while I cook some dinner, and I'll still be motivated to smash that ass later. I'm just saying. But that's me personally. I'm not going to be motivated to be, I mean, for you to even deal with an ugly bitch, she damn well better do everything. She better not ask me for shit. She better cook, clean, raise the kids, all that shit. If she got that goddamn ugly, well, she better do all that crazy shit, right? And that's my whole thing is it's like you guys over here telling me, well, you know, you get 60 frames per second, you get all the great gameplay and blah, 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 but the bitch is ugly. Well, shit, if it's 60 frames per second, she better do all that other shit because, damn, the fuck am I wasting my time for? Like, to me personally, I still wouldn't even want to fuck with it, though. You know, like, I'm looking at a prime example is Neo. Neo looks like shit at 60 frames per second. Now, does the game play better? Yes. Does the game run better? Yes. Does the game look better? Hell no. Hell no. It don't. Unfortunately. And it's only because, you know, especially on the PS4, the power ain't there. You know, the Pro's a little bit better, but still it's an ugly bitch. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, my thing is, look, if the option is there and I'm cool with it. Look, I'm all about the options. Look, if you want to fuck ugly bitches and pretty bitches, I'm saying cool. You know what? Give people the option. Some dudes like fucking ugly bitches. I'm not gonna tell you you can't. That's my thing. I'm gonna give you the option. But me personally, give me the pretty bitch any day of the week. That's just me. That's where my motivations lie. You know, that doesn't mean I can't appreciate an ugly bitch from now and then. Now, you know, like, yeah, sure. I understand. I mean, there's some ugly women that have done great things down in history. I get it. Do I appreciate them for their contributions? Absolutely. But if she could have looked better, do you telling me that I shouldn't want her to look better? You out your goddamn mind. You crazy. I'll always take a better looking girl with the same attributes. Like you cannot put two women side by side with the same credentials and one is ugly and the other's cute and expect me to pick the ugly one. I'm not gonna do it. You know, you want me to do it off of principles and all this shit. Fuck that. I'm not that dude. I'm gonna tell you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Looks fucking matter. They do. It's the reason why PlayStation gets so much praise for their games. Think about it. The Order 18, whatever, right? That is a beautiful game, but that bitch is retarded. It is not. Is it not? It is a retarded game. The game is short. Doesn't do much. It's fucked up. You know, but it still sold 1 million. Now, looking at a game like Dead Rising 4, not as an attractive game as the Order 1886. Way more gameplay, way more to do in that game. Yet, the Order sold more simply on the fact of its visuals alone. Let's not get stupid, people. Let's not go crazy. We know what the fuck sells. Pussy sells. And cute pussy sells more. So, this is what it is. We're not going to change the rule book now. The X is made to basically take all the games that we had before, enhance them, make all those chicks that looked okay to dime pieces, and all them ugly bitches make them look decent, right? That's what the X is here for, to beautify our video games. That's what it's for, right? I say, why hate on that? Why? You know, it's all good. Anybody trying to tell me otherwise, I don't believe you. I think you're a liar. I think you're a liar to yourself and the people that, you know, you trying to get to follow you. Because, I mean, listen, anytime you're trying to sell something, right? It's an easy sell to sell something that you believe in. Think about this. Even when you introduce somebody to somebody else, like you have a friend you want to introduce to somebody that's an acquaintance or a friend, you try to do a hookup, whatever, you know, the easiest sell for you is something that you find to be appealing for them, right? So if you know your friend like stick girls, you know, big booty, nice titties, whatever, right? Cute face, and you find a girl that has all that, that's an easy sell. But if you're trying to sell your friend on some skinny chick that look kind of weird, but she got a nice personality, bro, that is a hard fucking sell. I'm just going to be honest with you. She might be the nicest person in the world, but that's a hard sell. and you're like, oh well, I'm gonna sell you on the potential. She has potential to be something in the future, bitch. That's a hard sell. Unless you can guarantee she gonna go from being a caterpillar to a butterfly, that's a hard sell, right? And to me, that's the same thing with these games, man. Like, people want to see the results now. Halo's not a hard sell. We see what that is. Gears is not a hard sell. We see what that is. Forza's not a hard sell. We see what that is. Like, we have certain games that can sell themselves and others that can't, right? You gotta play them first or other shit like that. Like, and some of these games, they get a benefit of the doubt. I get it. I mean, unfortunately, Xbox games don't get necessarily those type of passes. I get it, but I think what Microsoft's thoughts were, look, we got to take, though, that step out of it, like the whole trying to convince people based on how visually something impressive something is. We got to take control of that. No longer, that's the reason why they went so far on the graphics. No longer are they going to try to depend on people, to just understand, well, this game plays better on Xbox. Great. Even with the game like Fortnite, right? Fortnite came out. Everybody, Digital Foundry, they all came out and said it plays better on Xbox, right? Duh. Most games do. That's pretty much been the same case the whole generation. I mean, most games do play better. But the slight incremental difference as far as graphics was what gave the PlayStation its push, right? And Microsoft knew for them to get just an inch back towards, gaining some footing in the minds and the hearts of gamers, they had to do overkill, which is why they developed the X. Some people said we didn't ask for this. Shit, you a liar. I asked for it. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I asked for the X. A lot of people asked for the X. Let's not be stupid out here. Just because you didn't want to see Xbox do what they did, which is crazy, because the funny thing is a lot of people that are saying the X, nobody asked for this, are the people that complained about the Xbox not being powerful enough. You can't tell me something's not powerful enough, and then when they make something even more powerful than that, you complain about that too. That shit makes no sense to me whatsoever. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. All right, let's see who's up in the chat. Let's see. Cyrus Burke, come on, fam, start up the stream. Your camera is on. Just an FYI, yo. Cyberman, yo. Who's next? Sup, live. Let's see. Cyber bro, nah, you good, man. Just thought you didn't know. Let's see. Okay. So we got Cyberman says, what up, folks? And yeah, I see you live. This is why I tell people don't talk shit online. Let's see. That's why they're hating about Taco Bell deal was once on Sony. You know what? C-Tech, I get you. You right. I mean, it's not a big deal though. It's like look, advertisement moves. I mean, Call of Duty was on Xbox at the beginning of this generation. Now it's on PlayStation. And you know what the funny thing is? A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, well, why would Microsoft give up Call of Duty rights?" Why would they give up Call of Duty rights? I'll tell you why. When you look at how much it costs to have Call of Duty, and then you look at how much you're getting back from having from owning the rights to Call of Duty, and the month was it holding the DLC for a month? They probably realize they're not making any, return on their investment. Like, look, if I'm paying 50 million for Call of Duty to be on my console, yet I'm not selling, I'm only selling enough copies to make about 7 million more than what I, above what I invested, it's probably not a good investment. Yes, I will lose some of those Call of Duty people, right? So say, all right, now I no longer have Call of Duty. I gave that away. Sony has it now. They're paying the 50, right? So say now remember, I said I paid 50 and I went up 7 million from that. So say I made 57 million off of having Call of Duty all together, right? In my revenue, made 57 million on having Call of Duty on the Xbox. 7 million from that was profit, right? Now Sony has it. I don't have the rights to it. Now I only make about 25 million on fucking Call of Duty. I made as far as revenue, right? But remember, I spent 50 million last time. Now I'm spending nothing. And my revenue was 57 million, gave me a $7 million profit. Now my revenue and profit is at 25 million. I'm making a come up. Now, granted, Call of Duty isn't on my system, but I'm making way more money from Call of Duty than fucking PlayStation is. Or even if PlayStation is making more, I'm making more than what I was before. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make up that 20. Like if I'm only making 7 million and now I'm making 25, like there's no incentive in me to run back and get Call of Duty when I'm already making a $25 million profit on people that are buying Call of Duties. I'm just not gonna do it. It doesn't make sense for me financially. It doesn't, and that's why certain, if Xbox feels like, well, look, if the marketing rights are this expensive, but you want me to buy this, people are going to buy the game anyway. Yes, people will buy the game on my console, but I don't have the most amount of consoles out. So really, I'm just number one, I'm wasting the money. I'm not going to make the same returns that PlayStation is on it because PlayStation has more consoles out there, right? So currently, I'm in a better position financially than I would be if, I just go out there and buy all the marketing rights. Because shit, imagine if Microsoft bought all the marketing rights Sony did. That's just a lot of money that they have to hope they make up. Now, they might, not all those games are going to be successful. Yeah, Red Dead should. Yeah, what else do they have? Yeah, Battlefield should. Battlefront should. Call of Duty should. Destiny should. I don't figure they got a bunch of other little games that I don't know about, but yeah, sometimes they'll get a push, but then others not so much. Not so much. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. Who's next? Xbox One X is a beast. A day one buy for me. There was someone posted GTA Sports talking about it looks more realistic than Forza 7. That's funny. That is funny. This is probably that Jabari dude says Cyberman. Yeah, he probably trolling. That's crazy. Hey man, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. People do crazy shit nowadays, man. I mean, you know what? Look, if you're interested in the game, you could like. All right, look here. I'm not. Yeah, they trolling. Yeah, but if he's gonna buy the game, I get it. He fanboying for it. Um, it is what it is. I mean, look. like I want Crackdown. Crackdown, I think is going to be an awesome game, right? Now I can see somebody saying, "Oh, Crackdown is a better graphical game than God of War." It's nonsense, but I can see somebody saying that. Now, could it be a better game? Depends on who's playing it. I mean, it just depends, man. Anything could be a better game. I mean, somebody could think No Man's Sky is a better game than, I don't know. It's a similar game. Then Elite Dangerous, right? I mean, and it really just comes down to what's your preference and your opinion about that. I mean, everybody's different. Maybe some people like what No Man's Sky does. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised that like I know, like look for example, Kid Smooth loves NBA Live, right? Not a fan, me personally, but he is. I would never. I've always been an NBA 2K fan. I've always, ever since it originally dropped. Not a fan of their servers, and they need to get that shit fixed. But the game itself, yes, right? And but I mean, who am I to say he's wrong? I mean, if he likes it, if he, some people just like. Look, the funny thing is, I had friends that used to love NBA Live. They act like they didn't now, but back then when NBA Live was all about the sneakers, had all the sneakers and all that shit, and 2K didn't, they were all over it. Oh, NBA Live's now, mind you, 2K still had better gameplay, and me personally, that's all I cared about because I'm like, yo, I'm all about the simulator. It's like, oh, it's like playing basketball. Like it feels real. 2K feels weird. And my friends are like, well, but yeah, but yo, such and such not wearing Jordans. I'm like, what? Jordans. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck what's on his feet. Like, look at the animations, man. This game looks way better. But that shit didn't matter to them at that time. Now that 2K has all the sneakers and shit, now to them, oh no, now it's better. But before, it wasn't. I mean, it is, it just depends on what they care for. I mean, that seems small and trivial, like sneakers. Why the fuck? It's a basketball game. That'd be like, you know, if you're playing one game and the guy has the legitimate Beretta in his hand with the carvings on it and everything, and the other gun just has some generic name brand, and you're like, why would this shit even matter? Yeah, for most people, it probably doesn't, but for some, it matters. They go in and look for the fine details. I'm like, oh my god, this is this such and such Beretta that was made in 1990, whatever. I'm like, I don't know, like for some people that shit matters. Let's see what else is up in here. Let's see. Oh, Kelvin, what's going on? The gaming world isn't good unless Sony has the most powerful console. Yeah, it seems like people feel that way, yeah. Which is odd because they never really. No, that's not. Trying to think. Yeah, because the Nintendo 64 was more powerful than the PlayStation 1. Dreamcast was Dreamcast more powerful than PS2? That's a good question. I'm not sure. But damn for sure the Xbox was. But yeah, I don't really remember it, and the GameCube was definitely more powerful than the PS2. I don't know. I mean, I think I can only really remember. I mean, maybe at aspects. It was like the PS2 was the most powerful at a point, but then the other consoles came out. So yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. It said Fortnite is great. You know what? I haven't even tried it out yet. I just Cyberman. I just finished beating Shadow of Mordor, which is a great game. I beat the main game. I didn't beat all the DLC. I was like, damn, DLC looks like a fucking game in itself. That shit looks long. Um, but yeah, man. Right now, the next game I'm probably gonna play is Titanfall 2, and then maybe I'll get back into finishing the DLC for Shadow of Mordor, or I might just try to beat Mad Max first, and then jump back into Shadow of Mordor. So maybe I'll do that. Actually, I want to start looking at gameplay of Shadow of Mordor. I really haven't been checking it out like that. I've looked at way more gameplay of Assassin's Creed and Crackdown than Shadow of Mordor. So let's see. Halo Storm Crackdown 3 looked better than most PlayStation games, which the irony of that is great. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Crackdown looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, people want to shit on it because it doesn't look like Forza 7. It doesn't look like Assassin's Creed. It doesn't look like Shadows of Mordor. It doesn't have that same type of art style, like more realistic type of art style. So therefore, they want to pinpoint on that instead of those other games, which do give you that and look a lot better. I mean, that's basically what it is. Let's see. So they hating on Crackdown 3 because it's Crackdown. Look, man, Crackdown. Yeah, you know what? Crackdown will be fine. I listened to Porter Rock and Kid Smooth's debate the other day, and I'm trying to remember. Porter Rock said something. Oh, he said that crack it's a mistake for Crackdown to be in November because he feels that historically, in this generation, no games that came out in November that don't do well initially have sold well over time, which is technically false. And the reason why I say that is because there are some games that did sell well after the initial sales were low. And a prime example of that is Rainbow Six Siege. That game sold like dog shit when it released in December. Like dog shit. But yet year over year, ever since, because remember, I'm trying to think. It came out the same, if I'm not mistaken, it came out the same year that Tomb Raider came out, right? Tomb Raider came out with Halo, right? So it wasn't last year because that was Gears. It was the year before. So it came out the year before, and then this past holiday, Rainbow Six Siege sold extremely well in comparison to its previous years, right? I mean, granted, it was also on sale and a lot of other stuff, but it sold really well, and it's been selling well and it's been going strong ever since people actually played it. But the DLC, I mean, the multiplayer, obviously, that's all it pretty much is multiplayer has done very well, and people gravitate towards it. And to me, that's all Crackdown really needs. Even if Crackdown initial sales aren't great, if its multiplayer holds up and is legitimate, and they keep pushing in content, guns, and different weapons and things of that sort, the game will do fine, right? They got to have more modes. They have to keep weapons, upgrades, stuff like that. The game will do fine because you're going to the multiplayer will give people a reason to come back, but it has to be more than just blowing shit up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Being able to go into every building, blow up every building, that shit is hot. But it has to be more than just a free roam mode of just running around blowing shit up. You have to have some kind of objective, some main mode for multiplayer that really pushes, and you got to keep it keep it thriving. Like Halo 5 is so successful because it is extremely diverse. Man, Halo 5 has so many modes, I don't even know. There's just too many. Because you got, all right, it's damn near infinite because you have the main modes that all the developers make that are extremely polished. And then you have all the forged and fan made modes that other people make, right? So therefore, you have a lot of variety there. There's people, I have friends that bought Halo 5 and they bought some other games, but I can't get them off of Halo. They just live there. They just don't care like that. Halo is their end all be all because it has everything that you want to not necessarily run off of walls, but you want to jump around and like zero gravity. They got a game that does that in Halo. You want to jump in stuff like Titans and beat each other up with mechs. They got some shit like that in Halo. Like they have a lot of variety in that game. So if Crackdown can do the same, as far as creating maps and different objectives, I don't see how they could lose. I mean, they could do something simple as like, you know, um, making it where a team of players have to blow up different have to either go into buildings and search for maybe like some item, and the first to find whatever the most items wins, or they could just play a game called Destruction, and whatever team blows up the most buildings first, or blows up the most buildings within whatever time limit, they win. Stuff like that. Like, think about some shit like that. That's just some simple shit. I made that shit up in like fucking 6 seconds. Fucking just call that mode Destruction. Literally, I don't know how many people will be on the team, but it's 2 teams, and you just basically make it like Rampage, except for with Crackdown, and you're just breaking fucking buildings, and whoever breaks the most buildings within whatever time wins. Motherfuckers would love that shit to death. I'm just saying, and that's just some simple shit to do. And that'd be like a main mission where everybody you might see a lot of people go there first, just because it's like, oh, this encourages people blowing shit up. Fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit first. I don't have to. Yeah, you can shoot people and kill them, and like you see somebody trying to blow up a building, you can kill his ass so he has time to respawn, and then you continue blowing up the building. Sure, yeah, why not? But the main objective is to blow up the most buildings. There you go. Dope shit right there. All right, let's see what else is up in here. Oh shit, I missed some shit. Okay. Let's see. Hold up. All right. Okay, Halo Storm. There's no other reason. If it's an Xbox exclusive, it's trash. If it's a PlayStation exclusive, it's always gold. Well, I mean, we know that. I mean, it is what it is. It's what we're accustomed to now. It's like, yeah, if it's on PlayStation, even if it's shit. I mean, look at Knack. Knack is going to be shit. I mean, all right, maybe not shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the first one was shit, but like, I don't know too many people out there looking for Knack. But like Knack, maybe even if it's okay, like say if Knack is like rated a 70 something on Metacritic, right? I just, what, with that game, I don't know. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if the media is like, oh my God, Knack 2 is so much better than Knack 1. You have to play it. Like, that wouldn't shock me at all. It's just become typical of what they do nowadays. Let's see. Other Zinc, what's going on? It says I'm late. However, what's up live? Not much, man. Chilling. Just in here, just chatting it up. Oh well. Let's see. Who's next? It says sorry. Halo Crackdown is trash. I own the first 2 and they are whack. I own both consoles, but I prefer the Xbox One S. Yeah, I mean, look, man. People think certain games are whack, man. It's just You know, shit. I thought Shadow of Mordor was whack. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played that game for the first couple of times, and I did not get that game. I mean, I knew it looked good. I understood people liked it, but I thought that shit was whack because I couldn't basically just jump in the game and go from point A to point B to point C without. I mean, basically, you got to grind. You got to play all the side missions basically. And yeah, technically, yeah. In Shadow of Mordor, you have to play like damn near every side mission in order to upgrade your character enough to the point that they have abilities that are allow you to compete in that in that world. I mean, at the end of the game, at the beginning, I couldn't do much of shit, but at the end, I'm running around looking for them big ass troll looking motherfuckers, so I can possess them, so I can stomp on the damn orcs, like but you can't do that from the jump. You have to grind in order to even get to that position. So yeah, I mean it's the style of the game, my changing of my style of playing the game changed my perspective on the game. It's similar to like Recore, right? Recore, I grinded Recore, right? I chose to grind Recore. Why I didn't grind Shadow of Mordor is because at the time I was trying to play other shit. So I wasn't trying to do that, right? So I did the opposite of what I did for Recore for Shadow of Mordor, right? But when I started to play Shadow of Mordor the same way I played Recore, then I enjoyed the game more because the game in itself didn't become about just me finishing the game. It became about me trying to become a completionist of sorts, right? So when I tried to do that and try to complete areas and knock out areas, then the game became more enjoyable. The same thing that's why I enjoyed Recore because that's the way I played it. But for people that didn't play Recore that way, they just tried to play it to beat it, they probably became extremely frustrated due to the fact that you can't play it that way because you have to try to complete areas in order to even get to the next section. I mean, it is what it is. But it's basically both games play very similar styles. Now, granted, the whole Nemesis system is different and all that stuff, but like the main overall games play, the way they want you to play the game, is the same. They want you to grind and level up to progress to the end. That's pretty much what it is. Let's see. Cyberman. That's true. Whenever I play Gears, there's a level of shit satisfaction I get every time. Even just playing 20 horde missions, I get satisfaction. I mean, look, man, the games you should enjoy them. You should. Man, Gears is one of those games that it's addictive. I mean, but Halo is the same way. Like to me, those games suck you in. Like Halo and Gears are games that I make a conscious decision. I'm like, all right, when I play this, I know I'm gonna be on here for a little bit, because I know how, especially when you're on there with friends, it just you lose track of time sometimes. But I enjoy those games for that. And Gears, man, the fact that they got all these, they're introducing a couple of levels with environmental hazards. That shit is just bringing a whole new element to the gameplay of Gears, man. Because the lightning level, that shit is amazing. That shit just is awesome, man. Like I really like that element that is introduced into the gameplay. Bats, what's going on, man? In the building, what I missed. Oh man, just talking about a couple of little this, little that, little Taco Bell ads, and how people were like shitting. Well, basically they were saying Xbox didn't advertise. Now that they are advertising, people were like saying why are they copying off of PlayStation, which is crazy because Xbox did this like a long ass time ago. And they all kind of do the same thing in cycles, so it's not like it depends on what you need and what you're doing it for. Look, man, this is what this is what I realized. I mean, not that Microsoft didn't do this before, But you ever notice that when you watch a guy that has a cute girlfriend, like a girlfriend that he thinks is real hot, right? You ever notice that he tries to parade her around? Ever notice that? But somebody who's just dating a girl that's not really all that attractive doesn't. You ever notice that? So now look, think about the 360, right? The 360 was better looking than the PS3. And everybody said it looked better than the PS3. And Microsoft paraded it around, right? It did. Now, even though the Xbox One S came out last year, and people have said that it is the best looking console now currently, Microsoft also had the Xbox One X coming out the year after. And they've made a conscious choice that they, even though they were going to advertise the S, that they weren't going to push it like they planned to push the X. And the reason being is just because you have two things in the same family doesn't mean they get the same level of attention. And if you don't believe me, think about this. Who gets more attention in their family? Solange or Beyonce? I'm just saying, just because you have two things in the same family doesn't mean they get the same level of attention. As good as Solange is, and she did have a good album this year, and I commend her on that, she's not fucking Beyonce. All right? So if you have a choice between promoting Solange and putting millions of dollars behind her or fucking Beyonce, and say Solange has an album out now, Beyonce has one coming out next year, you're going to hold your fucking money and you're going to promote Beyonce next year. You're not going to spend your money on Solange, even though she might have a dope ass record right now and people love it and it's critically acclaimed. You're going to say, fuck all that. My money is behind Beyonce because she is the star and she is a bigger star than Solange. Both look great. Both are great talents, but one is just a bit more than the other. I'm just saying. And that's what Microsoft chose with the X. You know, the X is Beyonce. It was like, look, man, this is our meal ticket. You know, this is the big shit. This is the big fucking kahuna, right? We need to put our money behind this. Yes, we'll slightly promote the S, but that's not what our real goal and image is. Our image is to take, you know, people's ideas of what Xbox is and focus it to the X. We want to be the console that is the most powerful, that is the best performing, that games look the best, run the best. It's a beast. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. Hello. I'm good. Yeah, no problem. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Are they all going? Okay, so I'm gonna be going back. I'll go with the okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll discuss it with them when I get there. I mean, as far as like what their main plans are for that, but that's fine. Okay. Not as far as I know. It's just it's not that type of vehicle. So yeah. It says 12. No. It has it could sit 12, so it's fine. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just come early. That's fine. Okay. You're welcome. All right. Bye bye. My bad. Doing work shit on my day off, but not on my day off. Y'all know how that should be. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I got interrupted by work and shit. Hold up, let me see what does it say. I read that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Halo Storm says, "Who's next?" I never played the first Crackdown, but I love the second one. Man, you never played the first one? The first one was shit. You gotta play. You know what? I have the first one on my 360, but well, on my 360 account games, I don't. They didn't make that shit available because I sold my 360 like 2 years ago or a year ago, whenever I fucking sold it. But I wasn't playing that shit anyway because at that point I stopped playing shit on 360. I just wasn't playing it. Let me see. But I'll say I'm trying to remember. I think I rented Crackdown too. I don't think I ever owned it. But yeah, it was like zombie. I don't, I don't even know. They weren't even zombie. I don't know. It was like Sunset Overdrive, I guess, except for just not as I don't know. I didn't like it as much as Sunset Overdrive, but it was alright. Let me see. Who's next? Shit, I had Gears of War for day one. Haven't played it because I have no one to play with. What? You ain't play Gears of War? What, the multiplayer or the? Hold up, let me see what you say. You got well the regular game. You got to play, man. The regular game is fun, man. Especially when you're running around trying to save Marcus and that freaking walking vagina runs around and starts sucking people up. Man, it's just hilarious. Hold up, what's this? Bats. It says Crackdown 1 was a sleeper hit. Part 2 was what? Oh, it was neutered. I see what you're saying. And 3 is going to be legendary. Yeah, I think 3 is going to be hot, man. Like, to me, for single player for 3 is just a nice addition. If you know what, single player for 3 is what they probably should have made for like the remember Titanfall 1 was just like a real quick single player, nothing crazy, but something that allow people that don't want to only play multiplayer all the time. I just like sometimes you want to play a game, but you don't feel like playing multiplayer, but you do want to kind of run around in that world and do shit and just fuck shit up. Like to me, that's what's cool about certain single player games. Like to me, I like mindless single player games sometimes. Just because I don't. For me, I don't always need a big flamboyant story. I mean, it's cool when I want it, but I don't think it's necessary for every single game that comes out. Like sometimes I just want to put music on, fucking play a game, and just fucking have a great time. I don't need everything to be super serious. I got to sit down and figure out why this dude is a cop and he's like, what? Did he killed his family and then blew his body parts off and now is only left with like these cybernetics? Like I don't know, man. It don't have to be that serious. Like sometimes you just be like, yo, go get the bad guys, fuck them up. Like, all right, cool, I got that. Like sometimes it don't need to be more than that. Grace takes, what's going on? I started to argue with a Sony troll about the numbers sold, and then I remembered I don't give a fuck if Xbox exclusives outsell PS4 exclusives. Why are people the gen worried about sales? I don't know. I mean, it's just something to argue about, really. I mean, look, at this point, PS4 exclusives will always outsell Xbox exclusives. There are just more consoles to sell those exclusives to. Well, maybe not every single exclusive will outsell every. Like Gravity Rush isn't going to outsell Halo or some shit, or Gears or even Forza, but it might outsell a game like Dead Rising 4, maybe. I don't know how much Gravity Rush sold, but maybe it'll sell that much. I mean, because PlayStation has enough hardcore fanboys that will buy their exclusives. Maybe not all of them, but the main ones being publicized, they'll people will buy. Dark Souls made me buy Bloodborne and Nioh. Says who's next. That makes sense. I mean, because it makes sense if you're a fan of that genre. It makes sense that you would want to buy those games. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I always had arguments with people about Bloodborne and Nioh and blah blah blah, and I just tell them, look, I'm not really a fan of the. I'm just not a fan of it. So it's not necessarily that I think Bloodborne is a shit game and it's not good. No, it doesn't make any sense. But I'm not a fan of it. So for me to be like, oh, this, like, it'd be like me fucking, like, as good, like, people who like, Minecraft and shit, right? Minecraft is the biggest selling game, under Tetris, or I think that's the only other one, right? But I don't like Minecraft. But for me to go buy Minecraft just to say that because it's an Xbox owns it, and then act like I like it, that shit is dumb. Like I don't like that fucking game, and then be like, oh, like. But now, in reverse, if I did like Minecraft, and then I also bought Roblox, right? That makes sense. I like that style of game, right? There's no shame in that. If that's what you like, dude, that's what you like. I'm just not, for me, I'm not gonna fake like I like something, say I like something and I don't, because I don't think that's sincere for anybody to do. That's unless you own Sony stock or work at GameSpot, then sales numbers don't matter you don't see no profits. That is true. Yet the busted boards gets no intro to the squad. Wait, what? All right, I'm not sure what that means. That might be in reference to something else, and I'm reading it out of place. But yeah, I agree. I mean, it shouldn't be that serious about worrying about money. Microsoft has plenty of it. They make most of their decisions based on money. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. I understand why Microsoft does what they do. It's based on making money. This is a business of making money. You know, people getting upset. Like, look, listen, I bought an Infinity QX4. I loved the Infinity QX4. I thought it was a great car. And it got crashed and blah, blah, blah. And mine was like a 2003. I don't remember ever seeing a model after that. They went on to make the Infinity QX45 or some dumb shit. I forget what it was. It was just like, it was something else, right? But it wasn't a QX4. And I was upset. I was like, oh man, fucking, fucking Infinity, how could you do this to me? Like, I liked the damn QX4, but my thing is, to Infinity, they probably were saying people weren't buying it. As much as I liked it, and I could like it a lot. If people aren't buying it, what does it make? What is it? It doesn't make any sense, you know? Like why does it matter? Like, they're not gonna just keep on making it just cause. So it's like, what's the point? You know, Cyberman, yeah, K-Mega posted Jabari's bullshit. I just read it. Oh, okay. I didn't, you know, I haven't jumped on Twitter in a little bit, so that's why I didn't see it yet. Live is like the barber that takes calls when giving you a haircut. Yo, bro, that's how I learned this shit, bro. I learned this shit straight from the barbershop. Sitting there buzzing up, and oh, be like, drink. Hold up, got the phone. Hold up, yeah. It'd be like this. It'd be like, bring. Be like shaping up. Be like, hold up, my bro. Yo, hold up. Yo, I got you like this. Like, yeah. Shaping them up. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's what you. All right, cool. Like that's exactly how they do, man. It's like be on the phone for like 30 minutes, like hooking your head up. You're like, oh man, this shit would be so much faster if you just take the call, finish, and then just, you know, do my hair, man. Because I think you about to nick my ear, bro. Let's see. I don't Halo Storms. I don't care about sales. Never have and won't start now just because PlayStation fans love to use that to their advantage. I mean, they just use it as a justification. I mean, put it this way: sales don't matter. And we just learned this recently because think about this. Halo Wars 1 sold 3 million, right? Halo Wars 2 isn't going to sell that much. It's not. You know, people bought it, knew what it was, and then, you know, when it came back around the second time, they decided not to buy it because they're either not RTS fans or they're not hardcore, you know, Halo fans. Like, to be honest, there aren't that many hardcore Halo fans. I mean, as far as just Halo everything, right? I love Halo no matter what it is. Like, there aren't that many those type of fans. Yes, there's hardcore Halo first-person shooter fans, yes. But Halo, I will buy anything Halo. I will buy Halo t-shirts, Halo mugs. No, there aren't that many Halo. Like, I will buy Halo, the twin shooter. Like, there aren't that many people that are that gun-ho for Halo stuff, right? So there are going to be certain games that have sold well now because of buzz that won't necessarily sell well in the future, right? Put a game like Bloodborne. Bloodborne might not sell as well the second time around. It might not, because even though there was a lot of people that liked the game, there was a lot of people that did not like the game. A lot of people were sold that game because that was the hottest game that was out on PlayStation at the time. They didn't really have much else, right? And it was getting a lot of critical acclaim, but then people turned around and found out that they just didn't like the game. That shit, it happens with everything. It does. It happens with everything. There's, there's movies that get critically acclaimed, and then I go watch them, and I'm like, I'm not really, I don't really like this movie. I mean, I know they said it was all that in a bag of chips, but I just don't get it. It just doesn't interest me. It doesn't pique me at all. There's people's albums that have done that. Be like, I see the production value, their vocal quality, but their music just doesn't speak to me, you know? So that can happen with anything. And my thing is like, sometimes you have people that things that come out and have a lot of hype around it. Now, I'm not saying that Bloodborne has unwarranted hype. Obviously, the Souls community are extremely big fans of that. But people that were kind of sucked in, even though they didn't really know what they were getting, then got it and realized they didn't want it. I don't know if you're going to get those people to come back and double dip. I'm just saying. Maybe they'll be replaced by other people. That's also possible. So I just don't know. I don't know if sales necessarily always mean a guarantee of this is going to sell more now versus later. I don't know. It depends. I think a game like Quantum Break would sell more in an iteration than it did on the original. All they would have to do was just add certain elements of. Obviously, they have to lengthen it, and I would say make it a little bit more open world. I don't know if they necessarily need to make it multiplayer, because I don't know if that game would work like that, because a game like Shadow of Mordor isn't like that. But if you have something like Mordor, have some kind of element of the game that draws you in, constantly upgrading your abilities, because it was extremely easy to upgrade your character after a certain amount of hours. I'm just saying. Even though the game was fun, but it was very short, So if they could do that, then maybe, or something that could keep you going back for more, like similar to Shadow of Mordor, like the infinite enemies. You're just constantly fighting these enemies. They're just forever there, right? So if they can make it where the game is like, all right, even though you beat the game and blah blah blah, you can go back in the game and still have people to challenge and fight and still continue after it's done. That is something that could cause people to go back and play the game. So a second iteration of that game could do well. I'm not saying that it necessarily guarantees it will. If they do it, I'm just saying that it could do well. The potential is there. But obviously Remedy is doing other things, so I don't know if they would even try or just hand that. Well, I think Microsoft does own the IP, so I guess they could hand it over to somebody else and see what's what. Give them the engine, whatever. Who's next says, I'll get Crackdown 3 eventually when it is, until it's $20. Well, yeah, hey man, I don't know when that'll be. $20. That's like, you're talking about a year and some. Because you know what? It depends. It depends on how well it sells. It really does. Because think about it, Halo 5 is just hitting $20 now. And that's when it's on sale. It's not like it's regular price, but it's just hitting $20 now. That game came out in 2015. So that's about a year and some. So I don't know how long that wait is, but it's a wait. What time is it? 5:05. All right. Darks. No, I already read that already. Let me see. Let's see. I'm getting shit for buying Fortnite, says Cyberman. People saying you should have waited until it was free. How long was that wait though? Um, that's true, man. I mean, it depends on whether or not you want to, how bad you want to play the game. To be honest, like to be honest, right now I'm in the alpha for Sea of Thieves, right? But if Sea of Thieves had a fully playable um game where it had all at least a decent amount of quests, uh, and it was like, oh, you could buy it right now for $30, or you could wait another year and play it, for free. I'm getting it right now because I've been wanting to play more of this game. Right now I only can play it on a schedule. This shit doesn't always coincide when I'm available. It's just a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So my thing is like, look, I mean, if I want it, I'll take it now. I mean, the gamers have always been like that. Shit, we pay an extra $20 and for a few extra trinkets and early access to Xbox games. I mean, so yeah, and that's just $4 early. So for a whole year, you're gonna make somebody pay 30. Most people just don't give a shit. They'll just pay the 30 and just play it now. I played Sea of Thieves this weekend too. That shit is hot, but I rather the full game, even though there was a lot to do. It's not a game you play for 4 hours straight through. Yeah, I mean, Sea of Thieves has a lot of shit they need to add into it. Like it's not done. Like there's not. You can see where they're just they're adding shit here and there, but the game's not done. It's not done. You can look at it and see it's not done. Because they don't have all the little environmental shit. They have shit here and there, and it's come a long way since I started playing it, which is like maybe a few months ago. But there's still ways to go. But it looks good, man. But anyway, man, it's 5 o'clock. You know what that means? It's almost dinner time. My ass got to cook because I'm hungry. I told you, man. Uh, you have a choice. You either get a wife that is pretty and she do a little bit of shit here and there, or you get an ugly chick that does everything. And I already told you what my choice is, so therefore I got to cook some dinner. So anyway, man, this is your boy Livewire, and I'm out this bitch, baby. I'll holla at y'all later, and maybe time. Oh shit! Maybe next time I'll hit see what Showstopper's doing. Man, fucking lightning is cracking. I'm gonna hit some shit. I'm about to look outside and be nosy. But anyway, this is your boy Livewire, and I'm out this shit, baby. Peace.